Hello and welcome to Lone Star Conference Hoops Week 2024 and the online presentation of Basketball Media Days. We're joined today by head women's basketball coach Alicia Ellis, along with junior guard Landry Morrow and senior forward Madeline Stevens. Thank you for joining us today. Coach, this year may be the youngest you've had thus far in terms of your team. For you, as you and your staff welcome 9 newcomers, including 5 freshmen, or only having 1 listed senior. Have you experienced or do you foresee any challenges with such a young team?
Yeah, it's always interesting to add so much to your team. We've actually got, the 9 new players. 5 of those are freshmen, but they're coming in from different directions. So I think that's part of a coach's job, though, is to be able to bring those type of players into a team and get them to work together. I will say that they're very talented. We've got a lot of talented girls this year, and we're preaching to all of those young ones that they can't play like freshmen. They've got to come in like they own the gym every day, and I do think that they want that challenge, and they have everything that it takes to come in and be an immediate impact on our team, which is what we're looking for them. But, they're real resilient. They've been handling our coaching well, and they bring it every day. They're catching on quickly. Their IQ is high, and so that makes it a lot better.
Take a moment and talk to us about the players that you brought with you today and the impact that they bring to your program.
Yeah, so Maddie here's our lone senior that you mentioned earlier, and I can't be more proud of her. She's, she was here when we got here as coaches, and she has bought in completely to our program, and just to have that type of leader on your team is special, and it's unique, and it's really hard to get. Maddie does a lot of things for us that you can't coach, and it's just instilled in her. That's the way that she was brought up. She comes from a great family, and just the way that she has stepped up into that, not only lead by example role, but she's been more of a vocal leader in helping the younger ones out. And I do think that that's part of, our young ones' keys to success is to have a leader like that. And they do. They rely on her a lot. When they have questions, when they're in a panic, they're correct me if I'm wrong, but they're usually running to Maddie. But I think it's so neat, and it's such a blessing to be able to coach both of these guys because I trust them. And I think that that's an important ingredient into a successful team is, the players have to trust the coaching staff, and the coaching staff have to trust their players. And I know that when I release these 2 into their everyday lives, they are fighting for our team. And not only that, they're fighting for our coaching staff. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to have those kind of players because they have bought in, and you can see it on the floor. And if you're not on the same page on the floor, it's very noticeable and you're not real successful. But it helps the other ones buy into the program as well. Landry, when we first recruited her, tough. The first thing that we noticed about her, she's just tough as nails, and she brings a lot to the court. And one of the things that I love about her, she's super resilient. I can coach her as hard as I want to, and I'm going to get a better product at the end of the day. And I have a ton of respect for her for that because, in everything that we do, it can be the preseason running, it could be grades, it could be just going one-on-one on the floor. Whatever it is, she's going to strive to be number 1. And she's going to give it everything she has. There's no doubt in my head at the end of games, at the end of practices, at the end of anything that we're doing, that she did or did not give it everything that she had. And that is one thing you can rely on that kid with is she's good. It's 100% no matter what she does.
Fantastic. Landry, you entered the season as one of the more tenured players, not just at your position, but also on the team. Have you noticed yourself take more of a leadership role with this team? And if so, when do you think that began for you?
Yeah, so with a lot of new people coming in and bringing back just a few returners, I think it's our job to be that leader and take that role of being one of the older ones and one of the ones that have been here and know what to expect. So it's our job just to show the younger ones, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and we're going to do it hard. So I think that's our job as returners to just bring that role every day.
As has been saying, there's a lot more newcomers on this team than returners. From a player's perspective, how do you think this roster has gelled together over the offseason?
It's been fun working with new people, like bringing in new skills, new talents, and that's what everyone has. Like Coach said, we have a lot of talent, so it's been fun to just come together and find what each other's good at and how we can work together as a team just to build each other up and become better every day.
Maddie, as has already been stated, you are the lone senior listed on the roster. Do you feel that this heightens others or maybe even your own expectations for yourself this season?
I'm just really excited to step into this role. We had some really great leaders in the past, and they've moved on and done, and just to be able to step into this role and hopefully lead the younger ones and make a big impact and kind of leave a legacy and something that they can feel in themselves is just really exciting, and just really excited to get out there and play my last year and give it everything I have. So, yeah.
As has already been said by Coach in the beginning of this, you have started every single game under Coach Ellis. How would you describe this program under her leadership?
I love playing for Coach Ellis and Andy. Like they said, I didn't start out. They didn't recruit me here. I was here before they came, but I love their coaching style, and I wanted to play for them, and I came back and chose to come play my 5th year just because I wanted to give it one last shot with them, and I believe in everything that they tell us, and I'm just really excited to get to play this last year with them. And, yeah.
Awesome. Going back to you, Coach, you have seen firsthand that anyone in the Lone Star Conference can win at any time. In your own words, how would you describe the level of competition in the conference?
I can't tell you how grateful I am to be able to compete in the Lone Star Conference, just because I believe they're the best conference out there. I think that, when we approach any game in our conference, we have got to be 100%. Game planning and game scout, all of those things are very important, but unless your kids are focused and they know how important each one of those games are and are ready to go 100% when the ball is tipped up, it's going to be a battle. The coaches in the conference are some of the best in the nation, and I love to compete against that because I've always loved to compete against the best, just so I know where I'm at and I can learn from them. And also, I feel like our players, that gains confidence. The fact that Texas Women's was in the championship game last year, it's unreal to believe that when we go up against them and we compete with them and, we strive to beat them, that we're not comparing ourselves to the national team after that game. And I think that as players that gains confidence, and that's what we're going to be building on is, if you do it against this team, you could do it against anybody in the nation, and so I think, our first goal is to get out of the conference and to win it. And then, that in itself should give us confidence to go all the way.
Well, that actually leads directly into my last question. You entered the season coming off your 3rd straight winning season. With everything we talked about today, what are your expectations for this team?
Yeah, nothing different. When we recruit these players, it's because they work hard. And I know that I sound repetitive when I say that kind of stuff, but there is one thing that I can promise everybody in this world right now, and that is every player on this team is super tough. I mean, they are mentally tough and they are physically tough because we've challenged them, believe me, in those ways, and they have made it. And they not only made it, they have thrived. They have killed it. And so I'm excited personally to get into those game situations because I know who I have on the court. And there is not going to be a game that they let down this year. Not a one of them. They're going to be in a dogfight every single game. And we've got to stay consistent with that. And I do think that we have a fresh team this year. And, we've thrown around the word consistency a lot with this team. And I think they're hungry. I don't think they were okay with what happened last year. And it was a good year, but, I think it could have been better in many ways. And the returners know that. They understand that, and I think that we together are trying to instill that in the new players. Like, we've got to do this because we didn't last year, and that was part of the reason why we lost some of those games that maybe we should have won. But we got to take each year and make it a fresh start and do what we can. It doesn't matter what happened last year. Now we can learn from things last year, but every coach in the conference right now is preaching, hey, it's a new season, no matter how far you got. They have new players, they have a new team, it could be a new system, new coach, whatever it is. But the fact is you got to win it every day. You have to win it. There's no day that you can take off. If you're taking off a day, you will lose in this conference.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for your time.